So I'm Emily Weaver. I'm a multimedia visual artist. I graduated from DJCAD in 2021, and since then I've basically been in Aberdeen trying to practice as an artist professionally. It's kind of been nice to, out of graduation, have a change of scenery, and I'm kind of going through all the major Scottish cities at the moment and just trying to figure out where's next and where I could see myself properly living. I've been really fortunate to have a lot of opportunities, and especially with Outer Spaces, that has been a really big boost to have access to a studio space immediately out of graduation, and to keep that kind of creative space and that space where you only use for creation it feels very focused, which I like, and has helped me be more professional about things in general. It is a job and it can be a career, and that's kind of what I want to make it. So currently we're in Holborn House, which is a property owned by Outer Spaces, and its main goal is to allow artists temporary studio spaces, and we're on the ground floor right now. Big open space, and this is where I've got my work currently installed, Gargoyle's Lament. I think I'm really drawn to the gargoyle aesthetic, and I can definitely see a sense of personality and character in these carvings, and I'm really drawn to that sense of character in an image. So a lot of my work kind of starts from an image of something where I can see there's kind of a abstracted, stylized version of a face, but there's a clear kind of caricaturesque quality to it, and you can get a sense of their personality just by looking at them. A lot of the themes that I like to come back to in my work are themes of kind of idolatry. A project that I did last year, Lipinski Ver, Fitch Folk. I was really interested in these carved stone sculptures that were found at this settlement, and a lot of them were very visually similar, so it was very clear that the people who once lived there had this image was very significant to these people, and it did give the sense of kind of a spirituality and this deity or this god of importance, but I find that funny when it's contrasted by this kind of sad fish face, and it's a very kind of comical expression that you can kind of relate to, and giving something like that the gravitas of worship, like an item of worship, I find really interesting. And with this project, the Gargoyle's Lament, I'm hoping to expand upon those ideas and have these gargoyles kind of obsess over this sea serpent. So it's really more from the tale kind of told from the perspective of the gargoyle rather than the townspeople who were liberated from this terrorizing sea serpent. How do they feel about it? How would they react to this creature that they kind of revere and see with great importance being slain? I think that's more interesting to me, and it does, there is a humanity within these gargoyles as well, within these personalities, which I'm hoping to embody with a performance piece. Performance and green screen work was something I only really started using in my 4th year and made up part of my degree show. If you've got an idea of an immediate kind of scene or an immediate movement you want to make, your body is the best tool for that. It's interesting to me because I don't feel, when I watch it back, that it is myself on the screen. I feel like it's the character I'm trying to embody. It also allows me to kind of build upon these masks that I make and the papier-mâché sculptures that I make, bring them into movement rather than being static. Papier-mâché is first introduced to you while you're in primary school because it's a very accessible material and really, simple to understand. And it wasn't until I was in art school again and I saw other people using papier-mâché that I realized, oh, this can be, you know, more than just what it's used for in primary schools. It can be a tool to build something quite large scale for relatively cheap. I like that there's an imperfection to it, and I think that lends itself quite well to the themes of folklore specifically and oral tradition, because things kind of adapt and change to, you know, the personality of the person who's telling it, and there's kind of a craft element to that as well, which I think papier-mâché is just perfect for, and it's also just really fun. You are very easily going to get bored with a project, and it's not going to feel fun if you don't feel that there's like a force within you that's compelling you to learn more and make something, because that's something that really through art school I've tried to recognize in myself. And I know if I'm not having fun, you know, week 2, I'm gonna like hate it after week 4. So really just kind of enjoy what you're doing and kind of find communities and find venues around you that you can utilize and even kind of like collaborate with other artists. I think that, you know, we're stronger together, as corny as that is, but it's really true. And I think you can do some amazing things with some amazing people if you just learn what you have access to, no matter where, like at what stage you're at. You don't even have to have gone to art school, or you don't even have to be particularly creative. I think you just need to be able to embrace something, like, and fully let loose and get a bit silly as well. Don't take yourself too seriously. That's kind of how I like to do it anyway.